Hello! Welcome to my channel. That was a good one, right? Come on. That was a good one, right? That might be my best. Might be my best. That might be my best. I'm not gonna lie.
In 2017, a group of 7 friends were wandering through this forest in New Zealand trying to get to this secret swimming spot. And as they're walking along this dirt trail far away from the road and there's no one near them, they suddenly hear this high-pitched, shrill siren sound coming from somewhere off in the
Siren
forest.
head?
And so the group stops, they're listening to the siren, and eventually, after about 30 seconds, the siren stops. And at that point, these 7 friends begin exchanging very curious looks about what they just heard, but ultimately, they shrug it off and just keep on walking. Little did they know, that siren was trying to tell them to turn around and go the other way. But before we get into that story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload once a week. So, if that's of interest to you, please send the like button a beautifully wrapped gift for their birthday, but fill the gift with a spring-loaded boxing glove that punches them right in the face when they open it. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's story.
Execution.
On the morning of Monday, February 6th, 2017, a group of 7 friends who were...
One second, dude. I'm sorry. My YouTube chat just fucking pooped its pants. Give me a second here. Oh.
all college age.
There we go. Okay.
Aged and living in New Zealand, began packing up their cars and getting ready to drive back to Auckland, the biggest city in New Zealand. The night before, the group
Balls
had been out
always
on
give me
Lake
chills.
Tiki-Tapu.
I need to see your balls. Didnt, thank you so much for becoming a big pooper.
For a big concert called Floatella, where audience members would listen to the music while floating around on big blow-up rafts and floats. After the concert had ended, the group of friends had left the lake and headed to a nearby relative's house where they had a quiet after-party with a couple of drinks, and then everyone went to bed a little bit after midnight. This morning, the group had gotten up early because they wanted to get on the road as soon as possible to try to beat the holiday traffic that was sure to crop up that day on the way back to Auckland. February 6th is a big national holiday in New Zealand. It's called Waitangi Day, and it's to commemorate the initial signing of the Treaty of Waitangi, which is considered to be the founding document of the country. But right as the 7 friends had finished packing up their 3 cars and were getting ready to begin their 3-hour drive north to Auckland.
Yeah, I already did the face reveal chat. I had like 10, 50, biggest YouTubers on the platform all hold up their phone, and then I show them my face and they go, oh, yeah, fuck, you're hot. Fuck, yes. Every single YouTuber reacted like that.
Friends, a 21-year-old named Rachel DeJong, suggested they take a quick detour before they head back home. Rachel, along with another girl in this group of friends named Maddie, had several months earlier discovered this secret swimming spot that was located only about 15 minutes away from where they were now, and it happened to be on the way back to Auckland. This swimming spot was this beautiful green-blue pool of fairly deep water that was located in the middle of a forest. This pool was actually a part of the Waikato River. However, this stretch of the river where the pool was either very shallow or dry most of the time. So as a result, this pool actually looked like a standalone body of water. While there was no official trail that led through the forest to this pool of water, there was an unofficial trail. It was basically a dirt trail that cut through the woods that had formed over the years of locals tromping their way to this pool of water. After hearing Rachel's suggestion, the group of friends all agreed that this sounded like a great idea. And so the group piled into their 3 cars, and then by around 11:40 a.m., Rachel and Maddie had directed the convoy all the way to the start of this unofficial dirt trail, which was located right on the side of a winding main road. After pulling their cars safely off to the side of the road, the group got out, and then Rachel and Maddie led them to the start of this trail, and they began walking through the forest.
Yeah, Markiplier had the greatest reaction
at
on my face.
11:55
Sorry,
a.m.,
like,
the group was getting very close to the water because the trees up ahead were starting to thin out. But also at 11:55 a.m., the group suddenly stopped because from somewhere out in the forest, way off in front of them, came this loud, shrill siren sound. And it went on for nearly 20 or 30 seconds, and then it just came to a stop.
Are they just in like a bombing location or something?
No one knew what to make of the siren, and so eventually they just kind of shrugged it off and kept on walking. Within a minute of that siren sound coming to an end, the group had made it to the end of this unofficial dirt track, which placed them at the edge of this beautiful overlook down to the pool they were going to swim in. And so they began one by one climbing down the rocks in front of them, where there were some ropes that had been put up to help people climb down to the water. And so after they got down to the water, all of them stripped down to their bathing suits, they jumped into the pool, and they began swimming out towards the center of the pool, where there were these 2 big rocks.
See, I know people are saying, why would you shrug that off? Now, for me, like, I hear sirens all the time, but, you know, and I don't know if they do this in every state, but every first Tuesday of the month, they do a test siren of a tornado siren every first Tuesday of the month. So maybe they just thought it was just like, oh, maybe they're just testing the sirens out or something like that, you know?
Jutted up out of the water, almost like miniature islands. And so Rachel and the other women, so 5 of them, they climbed onto one of the rocks, and the 2 men who were part of this group climbed onto the other rock. And so they got up onto these rocks, and they're looking around, taking in the sights, and then at 11:58 a.m., another siren blasts across the forest. It's the same sound as the one.
Okay, yeah, if that happened, yeah. Bruh, I don't know. The thing is, if it's in a forest, if there's a siren happening in the forest, I wouldn't question it. Wouldn't even like be just, no, I'm gone. I'm gone. I get it. I get it, Siren Head. I get it, Demon of the Forest. I'm leaving.
One they heard 3 minutes earlier when they were on the dirt track. And so once again, all 7 of them are kind of looking at each other wondering, what is this siren about? But after the 20 or 30 second long siren came to an end, they glanced around them and there was no sign of any danger. There was no sign of really anything happening at all. It was just this beautiful, peaceful seeming oasis. And so before long, they had forgotten about the siren again, and Rachel had gotten out her camera and she was taking pictures, and others were taking pictures as well. And then 2 minutes later at 12 p.m., the siren sounded for a 3rd time.
Okay.
Now, at this point, the group has heard the siren 2 other times. And even though the sound of the siren was kind of jarring because it was so high-pitched and shrill and really cut into their ears, this time, because they've heard it 2 other times and nothing happened, they all pretty much immediately wrote it off. So the siren sounding for the 3rd time.
I feel like it would be the opposite, wouldn't it? Like, I feel like if there's 1 siren and then that's it, I'd be like, oh, okay, whatever, that was nothing. But the fact that there's 3, bruh, they're stupid.
And the group is not really paying attention. But when the siren finally stops this 3rd time, something very different began to happen, and the group immediately noticed it.
Ad?
Now, I know everyone has a lot to do to prepare for International Pet and Electric Eel Day. From the eel cigarettes to lure the slippery, cuddly little creatures out of the murky deep, to the mega-sized pack of ace bandages.
You got a fat
is a service that keeps you
right
safe
there.
when you browse the internet. But also, the ability to purchase all of your various eel on an Orinoco VPN, and before long, you'll be up to the best deal for free when you go to nordvpn.com.
I don't have any sponsors lined up right now, chat, so just get his deal.
Mrballen. It's risk.com. The story. When the 3rd siren came to a stop, the friends started to hear a new sound, and it was coming from the same direction the siren had been coming from, which in effect was upstream. Even though this river was basically dry, they could turn and look uphill, and they could clearly see where the river would go if it was full. And so the friends turn and look upstream, and they're listening to this really loud kind of smashing sound that's coming from that direction, and they're exchanging curious looks at each other, trying to figure out what that sound could be. And then all of a sudden, they see it. A white wall of water comes crashing around the corner and began barreling straight down the riverbed towards them. By the time the friends had even processed what they were seeing, the water had reached the pool they were in.
Was it like a dam? Were they like opening a dam or some shit?
It was flooding the pool so quickly, they could literally see this huge pool rising. Its water levels were going up and up and up all around them. And so as the rocks they're standing on began to slowly submerge under all this rising water, the group collectively decided that this can't go on for very long. Whatever this is, it's gonna stop. So
you're joking me, dude. You are shitting me. You are stupid, dumb. If they die, okay, I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean. But I mean, you had a lot of opportunity. You had a lot of opportunity here to, you know, change your mind, not do this.
So just stay put, stay on these rocks, we're gonna be okay. However, within seconds, the rocks they were on were completely submerged, and the water was still tumbling down the hill towards their pool, and then spilling out over the other side down the other end of the riverbed. And they're thinking to themselves, if we don't get off these rocks soon, we're gonna get swept downstream with this water. And so the two men who were on their own rock, they leapt to a rocky outcropping that was slightly higher up, and was connected back up to the forest. And so this rocky outcropping represented safety. And so once they were up there, they turned around and they yelled to the 5 women still stranded on their rock to try to swim over to them, and the guys would grab them and pull them to safety. But by this point, the girls are looking around, the water's up to their knees, and it's rushing past them. They can barely keep their balance. They know if they attempt to swim in this water, they're gonna immediately be taken down.
Dude, I got 2 big poopers, whack dice. Thank you so much. The hell? We had 2 of them? Sheesh, thank you.
Downstream with it. And so the group very quickly decides their only choice is for the women to literally jump and grab the men who have their arms outstretched for them.
Oh wait, this is an actual photo. This is them. This is actually them.
Rachel DeJong, she was the first one to try this. She leaps off the rock, she grabs the guy's arms, and she gets pulled to safety. And then she turns around, and she and the other 2 men continue to get the women to jump off the rock to them. And at first, it's going fairly well until they get down to the second to last woman who leaps. She grabs one of the guy's arms, and then both of them lose their footing, and the guy and the woman, they both get swept away downstream. They're gone. Rachel stays calm, and she moves to the position where the guy had been, who just got swept away, and she takes out her GoPro camera selfie stick and she extends it out to the left.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought there'd come a time in life where a selfie stick saves someone's life? Whack dice upgraded to cringe. Good timing. Good timing. That is, I think it's the first tier 3 that I've had on this channel. Can we get a round of applause for Whack Dice? Thank you so much. I got this. Pulls out selfie stick. Chat, what if the twist is she's actually just wanting to take a picture of her final moments? You know what I mean? May's like, you know what? Now's a good time to take my selfie. Now's a good time to take my selfie.
Last woman who's out on the rock. Her name is Alice. And she tells Alice, jump and grab the selfie stick. And so Alice, who's almost completely submerged in water now, makes this frantic jump to grab onto the selfie stick. She grabs it for a second, but then loses her grip and she begins being swept away. And Rachel, who at this point was completely safe, immediately jumped into the rapids after Alice. She grabbed Alice.
Why?
She attempted to turn around and grab the rock to stop them, but she couldn't get a grip. And she and Alice were also swept downstream.
Oh man.
2 weeks before Rachel, Maddie, Alice, and the others had gone to this secret swimming spot, a warning sign, like a physical warning sign that warned people not to go near this river, don't go near this pool, was stolen. And that warning sign was normally placed at the very beginning of that unofficial dirt track.
Who the hell steals a warning sign? Huh? Bro. See that sign over there? See that sign? That says, hey, don't go up here because you're gonna die. Let's take it. Let's fucking take it. Fucking teenagers, man. Fucking teenagers, dude. It has to be a teenager. There's no way. It was a Schlatt viewer? I wouldn't be surprised. Aren't Schlatt viewers normally like 15-year-olds? 16-year-olds? Actually, maybe 12. They might be 12-year-olds. No, that's XQC viewers. No, XQC viewers are 8-year-olds.
That the 7 friends took to get to the pool. Meaning, when the 7 friends got out of their cars and began hiking into the forest to go to this pool, they would not have understood the danger of where they were going. Now, it is true that Rachel and Maddie had previously discovered this swim spot several months earlier. However, it seems like they had just learned that this swim spot existed and how to get to it. It did not seem like they had
Whack dice with $3.
Have
Have I tried the adult Happy Meal? I got one today. I actually didn't even know that was a thing. Is that actually a thing?
Nice shoot.
Or are you just joking?
And got into the pool, and so very likely they would not have known about the dangers this place posed. The pool of water they were swimming in was not actually dangerous itself. It was only dangerous because the pool was located in the middle of a spill zone. About 650 feet upstream of the pool they were swimming in is a dam, and 3 to 4 times a day, they open their gates, releasing 20,000 gallons of water per second down this mostly dry riverbed, and the water comes careening across that pool all the way to the bottom. The gates stay open for about 15 minutes.
How the fuck do they not know that? How do they not know that, man?
And the only reason this is done is for the spectacle of it. It's to show tourists what this riverbed looked like before the dam was built. And what this riverbed looked like before the dam was built was a raging rapid. On February 6th, 2017, the dam was set to spill at 12 p.m. So those sirens the friends heard at 11:55, 11:58, and then 12 were all warnings that a spill was about to occur. But of course, the 7 friends had no idea. After the 12 p.m. spill had finally ended, the 3 friends who had made it to the rocky outcropping and had not been swept away by the current went looking for the 4 other friends who had been swept away, and they would find them. 3 had miraculously survived, but 1 had not. The sole fatality was 21-year-old Rachel DeJong, whose idea it was to come and
the one who jumped in to save her? Oh, man, that fucking sucks. The one who had the balls to go back in the water to save her friend? That's sad. That's fucking sad.
At this spot in the first place. Rachel also was the woman who had left safety and jumped back into the rapids to attempt to save her friend, Alice. Today, there are many more warning signs and fences that have been put up around the Waikato River to prevent people from getting too close, because the dam still, despite the fatality, spills several times a day. However, despite all these precautions and all the notoriety around Rachel's death, people still today sneak in and go swimming in that secret pool.
Teenagers. Fucking teenagers, dude. Doesn't matter how much stuff you put up, how many signs, how many things that will block you off. Bro, I know a spot. You know, it's that thing. Teenagers always have a spot, and this is definitely one of those spots. It's like, bro, I got the weed, got the brewskis, and I know a spot. Let's fucking go.
Now it's time to walk away. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Did you laugh or cry or maybe subscribed? I'll thank you either way. You know I will miss you. I hope you return. Tell your friend or your mother to get me more views, please.